What podcasts cover the Scott Peterson case? If you are curious about the Scott Peterson case and want to dive into the details, there are several true crime podcasts that cover this high-profile story. The case revolves around the tragic disappearance and murder of Laci Peterson and their unborn son, Connor. Scott Peterson, Laci's husband, became the prime suspect, and his trial attracted significant media attention. Let's look at some podcasts that provide in-depth coverage of this case. One popular option is the Crime Junkie podcast. They have a multi-part series titled Murdered, Laci Peterson. This series presents the case in a straightforward way, focusing on the timeline of events and the key moments that led to Scott Peterson being suspected. Another podcast to consider is Our Unsolved Cases, often referred to as WAC. They feature an episode called The 12 Crimes of Christmas, Chapter 3, Laci Peterson. This episode not only recounts the facts but also analyzes Scott Peterson's psychology and background. It discusses why many believe he is guilty and how media coverage shaped public opinion during the trial. Pretty Lies and Alibis is another excellent choice. They offer a comprehensive overview titled Scott Peterson, The Beginning to Now, The Murder of Laci and Connor. This podcast revisits the entire case from the initial disappearance to the latest developments, including Scott Peterson's attempts to secure a new trial through DNA testing with the Los Angeles Innocence Project. Podcast 1 has a series that culminates in an episode called Scott Peterson is Guilty. This series consolidates the evidence against Scott Peterson after multiple episodes. It focuses on the facts and evidence that led to his conviction, highlighting the strength of the prosecution's case. Lastly, a Dark Tale True Crime podcast covers the case in a multi-part series. The final part discusses Scott Peterson's failing defenses and the role of his mistress, Amber Frey. It also examines key evidence that contributed to his conviction and includes public reactions and trial details. These podcasts collectively provide various perspectives on the Scott Peterson case, covering the crime timeline, psychological analysis, trial evidence, media impact, and recent legal developments. If you are interested in true crime and criminology, these podcasts offer detailed examinations of this complex case and the behavior of the accused.